Have you ever noticed something weird about truly wealthy people? They never talk about money. While everyone else obsesses over salaries, investments, and financial goals, billionaires discuss art, philosophy, and changing the world. This isn't coincidence. It's a carefully orchestrated psychological strategy that keeps them rich, and you, well, not so much. Friends, write in the comments where you're watching us from, and hit like if you want to know the most unexpected truth. Let me tell you about my friend Marcus. Guy made his first million by 25, now worth over 50 million. When we grab coffee, he never mentions his portfolio, his latest acquisition, or how much his watch costs. Instead, he talks about his daughter's piano lessons, new books he's reading, or problems he's trying to solve in his industry. At first, I thought he was just being modest. But then I realized something absolutely mind-blowing about wealthy psychology. Poor and middle-class people talk about money because they're trapped in scarcity mindset. Money consumes their thoughts constantly. They discuss salaries at parties, compare car payments, brag about deals they found, complain about expenses. Money is their entertainment. But here's the terrifying truth. When money is your conversation topic, it becomes your mental prison. Wealthy individuals understand something most people never learn. Money is just a tool, not the destination. They've already solved the money game, so their minds are free to focus on creating value, building relationships, expanding influence. Think about it logically. If you're constantly talking about money, you're advertising your insecurity about not having enough. Millionaires don't need to prove their wealth through conversation. Their lifestyle speaks volumes without saying a word. There's also a strategic element most people completely miss. Wealthy people protect their privacy like national secrets. Talking about money makes you a target for manipulation, bad investments, fake friends, and family members with outstretched hands. Smart, wealthy people learned early. Loose lips sink ships. The more people know about your finances, the more problems you create. But there's an even deeper psychological principle at work here that will shock you. Wealthy people understand the law of attraction differently than everyone else. They know that focusing on money repels money. When you constantly talk about needing money, wanting money, or worrying about money, you're programming your subconscious for scarcity. Instead, they talk about value creation, problem solving, and impact. Money naturally flows toward value, not toward those chasing it. Here's a real example that changed my entire perspective on wealth psychology. I once attended a dinner party with several multimillionaires. Not once did anyone mention stock prices, real estate values, or income. Instead, they discussed renewable energy solutions, educational reform, space exploration, and helping their communities. These people were solving problems that affect millions. Money was just their byproduct, not their focus. Meanwhile, at regular parties, people spend hours complaining about inflation, student loans, credit card debt, and unfair salaries. See the difference? One group creates solutions. The other group creates complaints. Guess which group attracts wealth? Wealthy people also understand something crucial about energy and attention. Your thoughts become your reality. If you're constantly discussing money problems, you're training your brain to notice more money problems everywhere. But when you discuss opportunities, solutions, and value creation, your brain starts recognizing those patterns instead. This is why wealthy people seem to stumble upon amazing deals, perfect partnerships, and incredible opportunities constantly. They've programmed their minds to see abundance, not scarcity. Their conversations reflect and reinforce this programming. There's also a social dynamics aspect that most people completely overlook in their wealth-building journey. When you talk about money constantly, you attract other people who are also financially desperate and struggling. But wealthy people attract other wealthy people by discussing ideas, opportunities, and meaningful projects worth pursuing together. Your conversation topics literally determine your social circle, and your social circle determines your opportunities and future wealth. Here's another mind-blowing realization about wealthy psychology that changed everything for me personally. Poor people use money talk as entertainment and bonding. Rich people find money talk boring and pointless. Imagine being so financially secure that discussing money feels as mundane as talking about breathing or blinking. That's the mental state wealthy people operate from daily. Money ceased being interesting once they mastered the game. They've moved on to bigger, more exciting challenges, like building legacies, changing industries, or solving global problems. Now here's the practical application that can transform your financial future starting today. Stop talking about money problems, expenses, bills, or financial stress. Start discussing value creation and problem solving instead. When friends complain about money, redirect conversations toward opportunities, skills development, or business ideas they could pursue. Watch how this simple shift changes everything. Your energy, your relationships, your opportunities, and ultimately, your wealth. Because here's the ultimate secret wealthy people know. Money follows value, and value comes from solving problems people care about. Start thinking like someone who already has enough money. What would you focus on? What problems would you solve? That mindset shift alone will attract more wealth than 1,000 conversations about needing more money ever could.